Hey guys, welcome back. It's Heather Gandhi
and Lily.
Today we're talking about the rise on crime and also some news story about Ruby Franke. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more episodes. So I came up with the topic of the spike on crime because I've noticed that crime is on the rise due to economic factors, law enforcement policies that make it easier for people to get away with certain crimes.
I feel like now on TV, every time you turn it on, there's something about people robbing a store.
Or like shoplifting.
Yeah.
Smash and grabs, stealing things out of people's cars. It's getting pretty bad. But I also think it could be a mix of bad parenting, drug abuse, addiction, gun violence. Who knows? Everybody has their reason for those criminals. I think the economic factors are prevalent in today's age because unemployment is on the rise. There's a lot of poverty levels. People can't afford food, so they're like stealing food. And there's
homeless population too is going up.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of people now that you're passing through LA because everything used to be a lot more clear. The police were on top of all cleaning up the streets and everything. But now that you go by, so many have multiplied like twice.
It's getting out of hand. Yeah. Like there's only so much you could do. I know that, there's homeless people kind of around the area I work in, and literally the cops will just redirect them. Like,
is that true?
It actually happened like a week ago, and I was like, wait, that's all they did? He was clearly on drugs.
So what do? Do they actually like arrest them and then just send them in a car somewhere else?
They don't even bother to arrest. Well, in this case, I didn't even see them bother to arrest the guy. They're just like, you can't be on this property, basically, and pointed, hey, go over there.
Yeah.
So they're mainly like redirecting them, not really solving the problem, which I can understand. Like, a lot of people don't want to work because either they're on drugs or they just can't get on their feet, or people's not giving them a chance to work if they can work.
Or they're at a point of going homeless. So maybe their last option would be, let me go rob the Nordstroms right across the street and get a lot of people, and they won't do anything. Because have you seen the videos where the security guards do not even do anything? Which I absolutely don't blame, because the malls get insured a certain percentage for those thefts.
I know, because like there's a new law that workers can't confront shoplifters in California. Like, I don't really know what's up with that, but technically you could steal up to $950 before it's considered quote unquote theft. But like, other than that, like if it's not up to $1,000, it's just a misdemeanor.
Yeah, and even if you get arrested, you don't serve half of the time that they even tell you, because the jails are
overcrowded. Yeah. So they like don't really prosecute them because it's just getting out of hand.
So it makes it easy for people just to go ahead and do it again, as long as they don't get caught. And you know what? I was thinking it's very hard to stop these crimes from happening at all, because what do? I mean, the security guards aren't going to do anything. I wouldn't do anything.
Yeah. I don't know. I might do something. I've heard of like citizens arrest.
Oh yeah, but what
at the same point, like if I were like, I used to play rugby, my first reaction might be like, I'm gonna tackle this guy and have like my moment to shine. But then there's a lot of risks involved. So if you could avoid that situation, because of it could result in physical harm. Like what if they have a weapon? Yeah. So you don't want to like use excessive force. So maybe it's just better to be a witness to law enforcement, so you can have like contribute to that and feel a little better about the situation.
If you're from afar and witness something, don't put yourself in harm's way. But I think the best way that you can help is, like you said, try to take as many mental notes of how that person looked, how tall they were, how many there were. Because other than that, it's gonna keep happening. Honestly, there's no way to change these things unless they attach the products to like at Apple, how they attach the phones. Yeah, they're not gonna do that. It's just a waste of time for us. So I was thinking maybe even putting, the CCTV.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
They should put it in front of the doors. That way they get captured on camera.
Yeah. Or also, like, I know my friend she plays soccer with me, and her league, they were playing at a sports complex, and it's like an indoor soccer sports complex. There are these teenagers going and stealing everybody's bag outside the field.
That's horrible.
While they're playing.
Have fun.
Like, you shouldn't worry about your phone, keys, and wallet while you're like playing a sport. And they came back like on the next weekend, and they hit everybody. And there has to be some sort of, the sports complex didn't even do much. Like, it's a nice sports complex. They should have put, like, beware of your belongings or some sort of alert.
Yeah.
To, like, make sure people know, like, people are coming back to this spot like it's a gold mine.
I think the best way to do that is TikTok or put it on Instagram. Just so
you could, like, find people. They have a clip of the people that took the bags on camera, but the police didn't really do much about it. Like, they do have a lot on their hands, but at the same time, these teenagers got away with it again and again.
I'm telling you, if they had these CCTVs in Walmart, have you seen the little stands on the parking lot? They're just like randomly they're recording.
Aren't they for people? Oh, they're recording?
Yeah, they're recording. It's a CCTV. It's like four-way thing.
Well, they have been able to solve crimes based on these, like, the gas stations or something. They're looking for a certain car to drive by.
License plates.
Yeah.
A face. Even a face. You put that face. I know that a lot of people only know a certain amount of people in this world, but put it online. Everybody online connects with each other.
Or if it's something that involves if it's something that involves you or your friends, maybe, like, try to put it on TikTok and have the people investigate for you.
Yeah, like one example is recently in the city of Santa Ana, there's this place called Alberto's. I believe that's the place.
Is it a restaurant?
It's a restaurant.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
And the owner started attacking this lady.
The owner?
Yeah, the owner. And one person, it just took one person to record this. He should have helped, but he was recording instead.
No, but people record instead of help.
Yeah, but in this case, it helped because you know what happened? It was dealt with justice. He recorded it, posted it on TikTok, and said, "This is the place, this is the owner that did this." The next day, there was literally not a riot, but a lot of people like saying, "Do not eat here." Their Yelp reviews went down the drain.
Well,
Yelp
good for them.
Yeah, like they put a pause on it. But I'm telling you, one video you post it up and you're able to connect a whole community, even if it's just trying to look for a robber or trying to look for even people that kidnap.
Yeah, I also think that there's also so technology is like a double-edged sword. Like, it can help, it can not help. Like, the advances in technology have also created new opportunities for different types of crime, like cybercrime and online fraud. I actually just had fraud on my Chase debit card. I was
for how much?
For $100 charge. Yeah, it wasn't that bad, but I was like, who has my information? How did they get it? I had to cancel my card. I have to get a new one. I still haven't received it yet. But it's like
Chase gave you back the money, right?
Well, they asked me if it was a legitimate card or charge because it wasn't like a normal charge. It was actually, I had like looked up what the charge was for. It was like a spam like travel account.
Oh, a little obvious that it wasn't for you.
Yeah. So.
It's like this was done in Thailand. It's like, no.
So
that sucks.
At least there's some fraud protection, but it's scary. I don't want my information out there. I don't want people to know, my credit card.
Some people are so nonchalant about giving their credit cards over or via email. I do a lot of purchasing at work or taking a lot of purchases.
Oh, yeah.
I ask for credit cards and people just email it to me. The credit card number, the security code. I'm like, doesn't the company take a little bit more effort to conceal this information?
like say it over the phone, and then like anytime I used to do payments and stuff for work, I used to get rid of the
shred it,
get rid of the shred it and get rid of the information, and you know, make sure it was secure.
Yeah.
But also, like, the other fraud I got was a text from Chase, and Chase was like, you would never get a text from us like that. Like, it was like, oh, your login doesn't work anymore, please log in. And I stupidly like put in all my information, and then I had a weird feeling about it, and I called Chase. I was like, hey, did my login expire? Because that's never happened before. And they're like, we would never send you a text like that.
That's weird. People are getting very creative nowadays.
Even spam emails or phishing, I think it's called phishing emails at work, where they say they're the CEO and they need you to do something for them. And I was like, my CEO would never email me like this.
Well, there are a lot of spam companies right across the world. Also, I saw a docuseries in Jamaica that there was like a spam center where people would just call and get information, tell people that they won the lottery. Yeah. They make millions of dollars annually.
Yeah, so be careful out there. That word
information at all. And if you're questioning this, go ahead and call the direct source and ask them like if this is true or if it's just spam.
Yeah, and another example of crime that has happened to me personally recently. This happened when my mother-in-law was here, okay? I wake up on Sunday and the cars outside are tagged, like with spray paint.
Wow.
So I was like, wow, did somebody just vandalize the cars?
Thousands of dollars worth of damage.
Yeah, like, whose kid is out here spray painting and tagging cars with their, like, tag name? They tagged at least, like, 8 cars. I was thinking it has to be a teenager because...
What kind of adult would be?
A real, like, tagger or, like, spray paint graffiti artist does not just go in a neighborhood and spray paint people's personal property. Yeah. And there was like an Audi, a BMW, like spray painted.
Like the professional spray painters have standards when it comes
they would never do something to somebody's personal property. That's messed up.
Like, yeah, that does sound like a kid doing that.
It's immature. And it has no respect for people's
Imagine
property.
Waking up to a beautiful sunny day with your coffee and you walk up to your car and everything is vandalized with graffiti marks.
Yeah, while my mother-in-law is visiting
and your mom-in-law. Oh, that's such a bad look.
She thinks I pay a lot of money not to live in the ghetto, but this looks ghetto. So I actually complained to property management.
Well, good.
It takes a lot for me to complain, like even at restaurants and stuff.
A discount on rent?
Yeah, something. I was like, I don't want this neighborhood to go downhill and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think that kids nowadays are a lot different. I think that, you know, they're maybe not getting the best examples of what good parents are like. Maybe it's bad parenting. Sometimes in schools, teachers can't even control classrooms, which I didn't have I didn't feel like it was bad when I was like in high school, but now some kids are being disrespectful to teachers. They're cussing, I think, a lot more than what I've heard kids cussing way too young. I didn't cuss till I was in college. I did not cuss. Yeah. I did not say bad words. My mom thought damn was a bad word. Yeah. I was not allowed to
But you know what happened? The internet happened, and it exposed a lot of kids to a lot of violence, a lot of crime. Like a lot of people that shoot up schools, I mean, it's because they've been looking at videos and trying to educate themselves on how to do crime, basically.
Yeah, I don't know about this digital age these kids are living in, if it's good or bad.
Yeah, I searched up a couple reasons why teenagers do vandalize, peer pressure, but peer pressure wasn't the case with the vandalism that happened outside your apartments.
Yeah.
Seeking attention, revenge, but I don't think it was
revenge because it was very like random.
Yeah, expression of creativity, but I guess that's for that's not, I mean, if you want to express yourself, you would express yourself on the walls of the freeway.
Yeah. Or I know people do trains, like they've tagged trains. They wouldn't tag somebody's car.
Or maybe somebody did a dare. That would be such a kid thing to do.
It's a costly dare for other people.
And boredom. I mean, COVID brought a lot of crime up, so it just sucks because, I mean, I don't think the apartments are going to do anything about it, right?
No. They just said, we filed a police report. We're going to watch it more.
CCTV, this is where it would have come in handy.
Nobody really has cameras by me because I'm in an apartment, but, like those Ring doorbells and like,
you should honestly, Heather Gandhi, buy yourself some cameras and equip your home because, I mean, you know what happened with my family, the whole king of the car situation.
Yeah.
And I caught her on camera and she paid the price. So
yeah. So cameras come in handy. Do you know that the Ring camera that everybody has?
Yes, that you can talk through it.
Yeah. So that actually got denied on Shark Tank. That entrepreneur show where they pitch their idea.
Yeah.
And the sharks all said no, and now it's like a huge company, and he actually became a shark on the show.
It's like, now I'm sitting with you guys. That's interesting. But I bet they feel very sad about the missed opportunity.
Yeah, it's a great product. It helps a lot. It helps with safety. To feel safe in your home. You should definitely invest in a Ring camera.
Yeah, I mean, right now, even at my apartment, the room that I'm renting, I'm trying to get like security. I make sure to lock all my doors.
I lock all my stuff.
Yeah.
Every night. Can't sleep without locking both doors.
Yeah, when I was living with my old roommate, she would leave all doors open. I'm like, I mean, we were inside you couldn't just walk into our apartments.
Yeah, it was like a gated.
But there's a lot of creepy people even within the walls of the apartments, like be aware of the people that are closest to you, not the ones that are far away from you.
Yeah.
But I guess talking about these bad child parenting, I don't know if you've heard about the whole YouTube sensation Ruby Franke, who recently, she had a YouTube channel that launched in 2015 featuring the lives of the parents, Ruby and Kevin Franke, and their 6 children. I think they were Mormon. So
that's a lot of kids.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids, and they reached in YouTube subscribers 2.5 million. So there was a large audience that was watching her every move of how to teach. She was teaching parenting.
So it was like family focused content on her channel then.
Yes. So this channel was removed earlier this year. The whole channel is called 8 Passengers, and
that's the name of the YouTube channel?
Yeah, 8 Passengers. It's weird, right? It's like
sounds like a train.
Yeah, 8 Passengers, or I don't even know. It's just weird all around. But there was a lot of controversy with viewers circulating petitions and reporting concerns of child abuse and neglect to local authorities. So basically what happened is that she kept her kids, or at least this day, or the week where the child escaped, and she had her kids, the little ones, inside the house of her friend. But the little kid ended up escaping. He was duct taped. His hands were duct taped.
Yeah, and he went to the neighbors, right?
He went to the neighbors. I heard they released the audio of the 911 call.
Oh yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah,
too.
It was so sad. Like the guy wanted to cry, And he asked him if there was like other kids, and he said yeah. So anyways, the authorities now did something about it, and it's just horrible. I can't believe people actually have family YouTube.
Yeah, because he was also malnourished. The neighbor who he fled to said that he looked malnourished. He looked beat up, emaciated. Like, it was clear that she wasn't feeding them, and you would think she lived in a nice house. She had money for food. She was punishing them.
Yeah.
And I think that they forgot their lunch money one day, and she wouldn't go give them lunch or go to the school to help them out because she wanted to teach them a lesson.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's parenting abuse.
Yeah, there was another time where the mom would tell the kids to stay in the couch. It was a 3-year-old, and the other one was, I think, was 5, to stay in the couch while she took a nap, and her nap consisted of it being like an hour, 2 hours, and then she would come back to feed them. So during this time, she explained the story of how she came back. No, it wasn't the little girl that explained it. It was herself. She was explaining on a video that
on her YouTube channel?
Yeah. And that she came back and she noticed that they followed directions. They were still on the couch. But when she walked to the kitchen, it was sticky, right? Mm-hmm. So she kneeled down to the floor and touched it, and it smelled like fruits. And then she even went to the extent of tasting it from the floor.
Ew.
Yes, she says this. She's like, and she laughs about it. She's like, I had to taste it, and I knew it was the pineapple from the fridge. And I told the kids, come over here. Who did this? And the little kid, he's 3 years old. He's like, yeah, well, I was hungry. And she said, well, you didn't clean this up right. You didn't, I told you that I would feed you right afterwards. Now we're going to skip dinner, and you're going to think about what you did.
I don't know. Why have 6 kids if you're gonna treat them like that? That's messed up. You're depriving them of food.
Yeah.
As a parenting tactic.
Yeah.
Like, that seems too harsh, the way she was handling
another
things.
one of her thesis were that kids don't deserve unconditional love.
What? Mm-hmm. You grew that baby in your body for 9 months. Wouldn't you want to love? I even love my cat unconditionally. I know if I had a kid, I would love them unconditionally.
If that cat would attack you and rip your eyeball off, I know that you would still be there for that cat,
I wouldn't even want to reprimand him. I would still cuddle him at the end of the night. So I just think that she was also like shoving her YouTube, since she had the YouTube channel, she was kind of shoving a camera in their face at a very young age, which exposes them.
She made money off of that.
She's making money off her kids.
And it's not like that money's going to be there when the kids grow up.
Yeah, like your kids aren't meant to like make you money. They're meant to be your kids and live and have a good childhood. Yeah. They shouldn't be working, or, well, it's not really working, but they're still making money off videos that they're in, that they're talking, that they're showing their face in. Like, that's the parents' involvement in a child's social media should also kind of depend on the child's age, maturity, and consent.
And even at that, the father, he left the family. Like, he was getting a separation from the wife, but don't you think he could have done something? I'm pretty sure he knew what was going on within that house.
Yeah,
he didn't report it at all. Now he's acting super innocent. She got arrested, and at the hearing, she said that she was punishing them. Get this. She was punishing them because one of the kids was sexually advancing on the other brothers and sisters. Yeah, that's not the best. That's not any way that she should have gone about. Yeah, so the kids ended up going into, I think, foster care, but they had to separate that kid that was accused of sexually advancing on his brothers and sisters to go get mental help. In the meanwhile, that they discover what's true and what's not true.
Well, the mom seems like a psycho.
Yeah, she's trying to get away with everything that she did.
She's trying to put it on them when, I don't know. That's there should be like a better way to discipline and redirect the situation.
Yeah, definitely. So our call to action is, if you guys ever witness anything like this, first of all, stay informed of what you can do. What's the next step? Call 911, call child services, whatever it is. If you guys are witnessing something on your next door neighbor's apartment, hear something through the walls, because the walls, they're not made out of brick,
or like even if it's your kids' friends that they're telling you their situation at home,
listen
like
to
through
them.
their friends, listen to what they're saying and just be aware of what is this situation, like assess the situation. Is this a criminal act? Should things get escalated to authorities? You know, no child should be hungry and abused by their own parents. That's not okay.
Yeah, and if another point is, if you are doing a YouTube channel based on family stuff, go ahead and promote ethical content. Don't use your kids. Don't use them for violence, because what Ruby Franke was doing, it was basically non-direct violence against her own kids on
And
TV.
people were watching it. That's not okay.
Some people are even agreeing to all this.
I honestly don't even think it's controversial. Like, people should know right from wrong, and that's clearly wrong what she was doing to her own kid.
Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure YouTube was still paying her. YouTube, you guys need to watch what you're letting in the algorithm too, because you guys are not stopping the abuse from passing on. Like, you guys can have the analytics stop or stop the monetization for people, but it was still going. So just engage in discussions, even if it's just commenting on YouTube on her, like on her page, saying that this is not okay, that I'm gonna report it.
Yeah, be the voice of reason sometimes in those comments. Don't beware of what you're saying online.
Yeah, protect the babies out there. Like, they're so, at that age, they get traumatized so easily. But I would say just share the information as much as you can if you guys are too afraid.
Yeah, just understand the potential risks and benefits of social media. It's crucial for being responsible in digital parenting in this digital age.
Yeah, well, I hope you guys learned one thing or two throughout this discussion. If you guys have any comments or concerns, go ahead and write it on the comment section on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe, because that would help us immensely trigger the algorithm. And until next time,
See you guys later.
bye.